Hey everybody, how are you doing today, guys? I'm just saying hi, and today I felt the need to share with you experiences that I'm having with my clients, or maybe more, the experiences that they have, and they're sharing with me, and we are trying to work things out for them to make sure that things are going right. I'm talking about their dating experiences, and today in particular I would like to talk about some red flags. So sometimes red flags are not so obvious. Hey guys, I see someone is here. Have a good evening, nice to see you. So talking about red flag, guys, sometimes they aren't as obvious. Sometimes it's has nothing to do with what is called classic scam. And today I'm going to share two, maybe two or three experiences. Hey Dave, nice to see you. Hey Thomas, nice to see you too. Thank you for your letters, guys, and for your messages. I'm learning a lot. Sorry I can't always answer. It's 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Where are you, Thomas? I know you're somewhere in Europe, right? So let me get to it. First, red flag. I call it red flag experience. Okay. So a couple meet online, things are going very well, they get to see each other in real life and made a connection. Sometimes it's hard to say from the first meeting, how far things are gonna go. This particular situation is very interesting because this client, he was not from US. He's from another country. He's kind of far away from everybody. It took him 40 hours in the air. I think he changed a couple planes to get to Moscow, or actually, yeah, let's say Moscow, big city. It wasn't Moscow, but it was a big city. So I have to be careful because I'm allowed to share stories, but I don't want to make it too detailed because I want people to keep their privacy, but they actually want me to share stories so you guys can learn a little bit. So what was happening, he went to see, this girl. They did have connection, they talked a lot through Skype and, messages and so forth. They met before and had an okay experience. She introduced him to her family. She took him around a little bit. She spent time with him. They had a little bit of an issue with that whole gift thing. He was not happy buying gifts, and I'm getting so sick of this topic that I would rather avoid it at all costs. But actually I have to be addressing it because it's important. It's like, for me, it's kind of similar that like fighting for a cup of coffee. Who is paying? Just to say a little bit of topic, if the girl only makes $200, how can she pay for something? She might be a successful person, but now with inflation, something that was $500 or $700 became $200. So it's, people are barely surviving, and some of you guys are angry and so forth, but that's a whole different story. So he was not so happy about the gift issue. She wanted him to buy her something, and they had whole big deal about it. It was interesting though. She actually told him, I took 3 days of work to spend all this time with you. So I think what woman wants to see is, she wants to see that you appreciate her. Because it's true, she's been working, and I think she doesn't get paid if she isn't working. So I probably wouldn't say it. A lot of girls would just keep quiet, they wouldn't say anything, but she was just honest, and she just said how it was. So they had a little bit of an issue there, and but overall it went very well. That was just a little thing, they end up communicating after he came back to his country. So Then he coming back again this winter. And she told him that, oh, you know, I'm having these plans, I'm gonna be out of town. And well, he really wanted to come and see her because he developed some feelings for her, and she was showing interest. So to make a long story short, he's coming over. She does go for her planned trip, and basically he flying 40 hours only to say her hi and goodbye. She went to a near town, not anywhere exotic, just a near town, the town nearby, for about 4 days, and he came, I think, for 7 days or something. So basically, she did not change her plans, she did not adjust her plans, she did not take him with her. And, you know, in American culture, it's more of okay, because it's usually kind of like, well, you know, we are all individual here, we are all independent here, so... And he was respectful, you know, that she planned her time out of. But when he asked me for my honest opinion, our people aren't like that. If you come into me and you flying 40 hours, if I have plans with my girlfriend, I'm adding you to my plan. I'm just adding you to my plan, or I'm canceling the trip. In case, if you matter to you, if you matter to me, I'm canceling the trip because I can take it anytime. It's just the next city, and I'm staying with you because, you know, you made such a long way. You know, you came over, and so on and so forth. But, you know, he was cool about it. He went around. He had a lot of fun. He's really a cool guy. I really like him. He has cool personality, real nice sense of humor. So we talked with him, and you know, he really had feelings for her. So again, to make a long story short, I didn't want it to be negative, but I kind of asked him some questions, and basically, other words, I recommended him to go out and talk with other people. You know, when you coming over so far away, you put all the effort, and somebody really did not appreciate it very much. That's exactly what you should do. Do not commit to somebody fully unless it's mutual. What do you guys think about it? I was kind of shocked because I know our culture, we don't, we are less, how to say this, we are less individual. We would cancel things if we know something special is coming. So I don't know how else to say it, but anyway, so it's a red flag, guys. If you put effort, you know, if you coming over and the person, you know, is too busy, she has her plans, you know, I mean, unless there is something tragic, you know, hopefully it's not the case, or something emergent with work, that's kind of a red flag. Because when we really want to see each other, regardless, we're gonna find time, we're gonna make time. Exactly, they were not on the same page, but the thing is, she was giving confusing messages to him when he was over there. You know, she was kind of, yeah, I kind of like you, you know, you're okay, you know, I like you, but you're a little bit greedy. you need to lose a little bit of weight, you know. So about the weight, the women that love you, that care about you, she can tell you that you need to lose a little bit of weight. It's because she wants you to be in a good shape. But also, woman can tell you to lose a little bit of weight when she doesn't like you too. So it's kind of a thin line. Usually you wait a little bit with suggestions like that. So, but very often, if relationship is close, it's okay to discuss those things, because we all want to be, you know, in a good shape. We want to look good without clothes too. So, but in that case, it was that she basically was telling him, hey man, you aren't good enough. And she was also younger, you know, he was in his early 40s, and she was in her, I don't know, she was in her early 30s, but she was very, very young looking, so they did look a little bit, you know, not too good. But anyways, it's all personal stuff. So if you come over, if you fly from far away, and somebody doesn't have time for you, red flag. Guys, don't have illusions about, if you made it all the way and somebody's visiting their grandma or have plans with their girlfriend, red flag. Go out and meet people. Don't sit online. Don't just sit there and cry. Go out to museums, talk to other ladies, challenge yourself a little bit. They're not gonna bite you, so just have some fun. And that's exactly what he did. He went out and had fun. He's really awesome, really a great guy. So another experience, you're gonna like this one. Okay, I'm gonna see what Thomas is saying. Thomas is saying, I'm traveling 6,000 miles to see someone. They better show up or game is over. Woo! If I can make time for she can make time for me. Yeah, Thomas, if she knows you coming, hopefully she is preparing. But let's put less drama, and if you're coming over there, just enjoy yourself regardless. Go out, see people, talk. Somebody asked me for a website where to meet people while they were in Ukraine, and I told him, get your butt out, go out and talk. We are becoming completely these digital people. It's like, go out and talk, have some fun. You can go on internet when you go back home. Everyone needs to see the movie Love Me on Netflix. Shows many real life red flags. Okay. So guys, now another one, and I actually need your advice. So if you're listening to me, please tell me your opinion. So here is the situation. Like, this girl is absolutely extraordinary beautiful, especially for an average man who doesn't okay, I'm being real mean, but for a regular guy who never seen anybody, this guy is, let's say he's an IT guy, he's real nerd, and here he meets this incredibly beautiful woman. I mean, she really is. She's a little overdone to me because she got some, things made here and there. But I have to say, she is, like, when I saw her, I was like, oh my god, like, I was like, ooh. So she is extraordinary, beautiful, kind of like, hey, David, how are you doing? How it's going over there? You have your sleeping problems. You up? Thomas, I don't know what place you're going, but if you can make some connections there before you go, it's awesome. Maybe more than just one person. So yeah. So anyways, their story is this. When the person consistently asking you for support and they are nice to you, like really nice, but nothing is happening. I can't really, it's kind of hard to explain, when somebody is, so person isn't really a scam in a way that they don't, they don't really lie to you necessarily, but they are, well, kind of taking advantage of you, but in a nice way. So they doing it in a professional level in a way. So what they do is, they try to show you, oh, I care about you so much, and they are friendly, and but guys, when there is no affection, it's a red flag. I'm not gonna go too much into the details, but our ladies is pretty passionate, and when they have this time with you, when they talk with you for months and months, and then you come over and they, I'm not saying on the first day they just jump all over you. But you know what I mean. When you stay in touch with somebody for so long, it's like being on a severe diet. So when you actually meet the person, you pretend like, you know, you really don't care. I mean, not don't care, but you're trying to hold yourself. But when you have a first possibility, you show affection. You know, you give this extra long hug, you accidentally kiss, and so on and so forth. I'm not even talking about, you know, some sexual stuff, because, you know, that really depends where the person from, and what their beliefs are. But obvious, yeah, well, you know, first night is also not really a first night. When you talk with somebody for 8 months, you know, every day, and you got real close, it's not a real first night. So basically my point is here this: when it's just friendly, when you don't feel our women waiting for your initiative, but you can kind of feel that in the air. If there is nothing like that happening, but the lady is super nice and friendly, but you don't really know her. You notice, you talk with her about many things, but you don't really know who she is. She doesn't share a lot about her. He usually asks you about you. And she's making you feel very cared, but yet, you know, the feeling of her, you know, her feeling of affection, or it just doesn't show anywhere. To make a long story short, it's a red flag. What she's doing is she is creating, it's kind of like a job for her. I'm sorry to say this, and I wish, you know, that wouldn't be happening, but guys want to be deceived. You know, like that lady was extremely beautiful, and so, I mean, extremely. For me, she's just a regular Ukrainian girl, but for you guys, I'm trying to look with your eyes, okay? So, basically, it's kind of, as much as I say help your lady, but at the same time, you know, help your lady, you know, your lady, or somebody you're considering seriously, because in this situation it's basically was a job for her. And I hate to say this to, you know, my clients, and I have several clients with the same story. I can't even, I mean, many, I would say a number of people have the same story. So basically she's very nice to you, she's responsive, you see her on Skype, she's sending you messages, but you know, there is no chemistry, no connection that's deeper. She's basically on a job. So you helping her financially, or you're, you know, usually it's that, you know, she doesn't have money for the rent, or her grandma is sick or something like that. And so basically you are a passive income. And I'm really sorry to be, you know, a barrier over bad news. Well, you know, Thomas, most men do fall in love with looks. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Guys fall for the looks and they want to be deceived. And, you know, hey, I'll tell you more. We also, as women, we also fall for the looks sometimes. You know, we are, maybe not as much as guys, but sometimes we do. Yes. I mean, I can tell you that, you know, but it takes a confident woman to kind of look through, not just, oh my god, he paid attention to me, he is so handsome. So it's actually not that girl's fault. It's not that girl's fault at all. She is on the job. She's trying to survive. She knows she's very beautiful. She knows that men are ready to prove themselves to her. She knows her value. And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but basically she's on the job. So, yeah, you guys right. Hey Adrian, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hey David, you are back. Nice. How is David is traveling right now. How is your travel going, David? How is everything? I kind of know, but you can share his, I mean, I don't know if you want to share where you are. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and do that. So, you see, what's so different about this scam? Because she's actually nice, she's polite, She's asking you questions. She's showing up. You never see her pictures with anybody else. You know, she makes you as if you are her friend. And but if the girl does not talk with you about you, both of you, like about us, if there is no conversation about us, no hints about future. Every woman wants to know about future. She doesn't have time to waste. And like, I mean, unless she's in her teens, or she just, I don't know, being real silly. She doesn't have time to waste, because you know she has her goals. She doesn't want to have kids when she's 45, like many American women. So she is evaluating you, see how good you are, you know, whether she can trust you, if she is truly interested. And then she wants to know about the future. She wants to have concrete steps. If she never brings it up, well, kind of you have to bring it up. But if there is things never come into it, that's a red flag. It means she doesn't care about future with you. Number one. Hey, Brett. How it's going, London? Okay, David, that's really not fair. Okay, David, I'm gonna say where you are since you say about the food. David is in Kiev, in my city. On top of that, he's eating borscht and vareniki. So, David, we can no longer be friends. Yeah, if she's into you. But you see, Dave, in that situation, that girl, she knew, she was asking, she's a professional, she was asking him about his day and about his dog and about his nieces. She was doing everything, you know. But well, she was on the job basically, you know, because he was helping her financially. And yeah, guys, you know, you are more sexually driven than we are, but we also are, you know, not made from wood. We also have feelings. And when we like you, if you open up, you will feel it. We will give you certain signs. We will flirt with you. We will, you know, like play with our hair. Like we will open our neck when we're talking to you, just like accidentally. Like we will drop something, you know. Okay, stop talking about food. You see, some guys get excited about food. Actually, to be honest, me too, especially Ukrainian. But just try to be honest. If you don't see signs from affection from her, basically signs of desire to get closer with you, you know, to stay with you in a room when there is nobody else. And again, I don't mean the, you know, the necessarily sexual connections, but just, you know, be without any witness and enjoy the intimacy. She is not into you. So yeah, all right. So David is showing off today. How is that you have all the stuff? Are you at the restaurant? Or are you in your room? Yeah, David is having a trip to Ukraine. What is the weather there now, David? Well, Thomas, it's time to figure it out. I know what you're saying, but David loving his food. Yeah, hey guys, you know, maybe we should turn it to a food channel. Yeah, hotel cafe. Okay, I think we should turn it to a food channel. You know, with food you are safe. It's not ever gonna leave you. It's always there. It's always loving you. So yeah, let's get puffy. Oh, it's cold. It's funny. It's warm here in Michigan. It's in 50s, which is kind of ridiculous. Weather cold as hell. Yeah. Welcome to Ukraine, David. Get a nice coat. By the way, guys, you know our women like to feed you, and you know food is really a symbol of love. believe it or not, food is, you know, when we have good, hot, you know, warm, you know, tasty home meal, it's basically, it feels like love in a way. It feels like care. It feels like comfort. And so that's why so many of us, when things are going bad, we start, you know, munching on stuff. But in a relationship, when the lady wants to cook for you, it means that she wants to show her affection. And or when our relationship go bad, what a lot of us do, we start, you know, we start to fill ourselves up with food. -8 isn't cold as hell, David. It's -8 Celsius. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's not really cold, unless of course you don't have a cold. I know, just there is a problem in United States. People don't wear coats, and it's really cold. Yeah, if you have your windbreaker. I'm just picking on you, David. I'm sure it's pretty warm in the hotel. So guys, we have somebody from, so Brad, what's going on in London? I dream to come to London. It's on my bucket list. I would love to come to London. I have some friends in not quite in London, but around. It's on my bucket list. And I don't care about cold or rain, because I got sun inside of me. Whew. No, seriously. I love rain, I love cold, I love everything. Good. Yeah, Epiphany. Yeah, tomorrow is my son's birthday. It's Epiphany is on 19th. Well, it's already tomorrow in Ukraine. Because it's 7:30 plus 7. It's 2:30 or 1:30 a.m. Yeah. Epiphany is tomorrow. So I did a good job 8 years ago. So yeah, tomorrow is a special day for me. It's 8 years, yeah, from the most meaningful day in my life. So I don't know, some of you guys have kids, some of you don't, but I want to tell you that for our women, you know, I have to make separate videos about our women and kids, because that's a whole different story. Don't people jump in the cold weather? Haha. Okay. No, us English brothers are here. Yeah, I know. There is no conversations without talking about weather. So guys, oh, you missed the best conversation in the world, Bryce. It was the best call ever. No, I'm just kidding. It was pretty good, and you can maybe it's kind of long. I used to make them like 5-10 minutes. Polar plunge. Yeah, I was just talking about some red flags, Bryce, but some things where, you know, person is more of a friend and you hoping that they like you, but they really a friend, or they are on a job. That's a whole different story. Yeah. Yeah, sad face. Okay, thank you, Thomas. Borscht, flirting, and red flags. And red flags. But you know, guys, I'm sharing with you stories from my clients. Hey, maybe you have a similar story. At least it might be a different situation, but hey, what if that's true? I shared the story, Bryce, also about somebody traveling almost 40 hours, you know, from far away. It's my client, but not from US. And the girl was living at the majority of time he was there. But he called me, you know, he was very hurt. So we made a plan. He went out, he had fun, he met plenty of other people. He had a blast. And he left one day early to meet somebody else. You know, it's not rude, it's not betrayal, because when somebody comes to you, over to you, you cancel your plans. If you just planning to go have some fun with your girlfriend, you either take, you know, your man with you, or you cancel it. So she wasn't serious, and I told him just how it is. I always have this debate in my head, guys. I don't know to tell you the truth, or because I'm now like slightly Americanized, or should I like water it down and kind of like try to. But I think the truth is better because you will lose less time. And also, I'm terrible at lying. Like when I lie, I start to laugh, and my face is red, so I'm just a horrible liar. I would not recommend you my lying service. Never would have done. Yeah, but it's hard to say. Bryce, what's happening is that guys really getting fooled. When you meet this person and she's like absolutely stunning, like neither of your friends have a woman like that. And she like you think that she likes you, and you helping her financially all the time, and she makes you feel good, but she doesn't really connect with you. You guys know exactly when there is chemistry. You feel it through the Skype call, you feel it through the conversation. It's a desire from both people. For a relationship, we definitely need more than chemistry, but there is no relationship with the chemistry. We don't wanna, sleep or be with our friend. That's kind of whoa. So it really hurts. It's easy for you guys to say, and when somebody comes to my sessions and his eyes are this big and he's showing me pictures of his girl and how great it is, but I realized that in the time of the year he visited twice and they never even kissed and never had sex. It's like, well, But yeah, well, you know what? I feel that I can't actually sugarcoat it because then I have to say how things are. Couple days ago, I had a client, I was translating for a client and his girl, and she was asking me how much he makes and what he has, and I was like, oh my god, I was so embarrassed. Like my cheeks, it's always my cheeks. My cheeks went totally red. So, but I have to be honest because I'm making a service, guys. Without you, I will be just talking to myself. So I respect your trust. So I had to translate to this man, not in the middle of a conversation. I kind of gave him a hint, but then I had to tell him that this lady was asking about what he can offer. But again, this man was too old. Too old. There was he actually it was not that much maybe over age difference, but he was completely out of shape. He wasn't taking care of himself, and this girl was very beautiful. So she was into exchange. I give you beauty, you give me something else. So again, going for looks. So but I did tell him what was happening. He was disappointed, but it's better to know now, right? Oh, I'm so stressed, guys. Yeah, Thomas is right. Don't switch off the brain. Well, you have to start somewhere. I agree. Adrian, about the when we like sometimes to keep things private, but if you're in a serious relationship and she doesn't want to announce it, it really depends. Hey Bryce, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate. Yeah, you can watch for reply of my messages. I'm sorry, I am overloaded. I'm gonna be probably answering on Friday or Saturday because I am super busy. But you did an excellent job, by the way. Yes, you put a lot of great information, Bryce. So thank you. But yes, we'll talk. Yeah, I'm taking it easy. I'm having fun. Yeah, no, I'm taking it easy. It's just it's hard. I hate to be. It's I had to be. I hate to be the barrier of a bad news. Like I'm like this evil woman. Like let me tell the truth. Okay, David, what are you talking about? I'm afraid to get what you're saying currently. So yeah, I want to talk about what Adrian wrote. So Adrian, it really depends. I know a wonderful couple that is going to get married, and she was against posting anything, but announced to her family. You know what? At some point, you want to see. It's a kind of a red flag. If she doesn't post on Facebook, that's one thing. But if she introduces you, if she doesn't introduce you to her family and friends after you get close, that is a red flag. Yeah, that is a red flag if she does not introduce you to, same with men. Some men don't introduce you to their family and friends. So that's, I always say to the women, it's a red flag. Thomas, most men hurt from rejection. And it's normal. Because you guys have big egos. Hey, I know somebody, really great guy, who is making a rejection experience. He going to come out with 100 things that he know for sure he gonna get no, and he goes out and doing them. Yeah, he's awesome. He's in my book club. He's a great man. He has a wonderful wife. By the way, she's an American, but she's the most caring, kind, beautiful woman. She's she's kind of in her midlife. She's but she's very young in spirit. She's great looking, and she's kind of like Ukrainian. She's beautiful, but he goes out and like ask people for crazy things to overcome his pain of rejection. So yeah, Adrian, that's a whole different video. Usually a lot of Ukrainian women are fine with like 10 or 15 years. And I tell you why. Because American men often take a better care of themselves. So if you are 10, 15 years, it's not too bad. To me, for example, that wouldn't work. To me personally, I have my own reasons why that doesn't work for me at all. Currently, like, for example, not me, but a woman like me. When I was in my 20s, maybe I actually liked older men when I was in my 20s, but now things changing. So it really, really depends on many things. But 10 years is usually okay. 15, a lot of 20 plus and 25 years difference, but I do not support it because it's just too hard. Because then when she's 40 and you're 60, I mean, your sexual life going to be downhill unless you are some super healthy person. I mean, let's just face it, it's too much. At the same time, if the love is real, but I mean, it's one of one from, I don't know, 100, or when the love is real, that's a whole different story when you strongly into each other. But generally, 10-15 years, usually women are fine with that, because if she's 25, it's fine. It's hard to find an American guy who is 25 and who has enough of possibility to even bring her here, because they check your income. They check things that you can afford even to bring her here. So that's harder. So take a good care of yourself, guys. Start working out, start eating well, start looking good. So 10-15 is normal. I would say like 7-15 is normal. Really depends. When it's older guys, I mean, if it's real love, don't listen to any of my advice at all, because it happens. But you don't want to live with your daughter, basically. Yeah. But you see, it's also, women also hit different stages of our life. Yes, exactly, David. 25-year-old usually cannot afford to go overseas, and especially to bring a lady back, because you have to actually submit to immigration that you make no less than 60 or something thousand a year, or I don't know, I cannot tell you right now, but more than some average people do. So yeah, stay in a good shape. You know, our men here in US, a lot of guys taking really good care of themselves. Our men sometimes don't. So you basically, you can be 10-15 years older, but you can be in a great shape and look very good, and so forth. Yeah, right, Thomas. Absolutely agree. It really depends on so many other factors. If you're on the same page, if you haven't heading in the same direction, if you have same values, if you both want to have kids, for example. But you know, being in a great shape really pays off, because you know, if you take care of yourself, you'll be able to live longer and enjoy your marriage longer. So yeah, and you know, guys, you know, if going to the, you have to spend some time with that lady to see your compatibility, because there is so many exceptions. You know, sometimes I mean, things really depends. Compatibility everywhere, in you know, emotionally, mentally, sexually. It's, you have to maybe go for vacation or do some things together. So I don't think, David, that 25K is, I don't think so. I might be wrong, but from what I know, it has to be much higher levels than 25K, because if you make 25K, you actually sign in an agreement, if you bring your wife to US, that you won't ask government for assistance. So if you only make 25K a year, they, you know what, maybe they've changed it, because as far as I knew, it was more like 45, 50 plus, you know, because of all the immigration expense, and you aren't allowed to you aren't allowed, and you actually sign agreement for 10 years, you cannot ask for any help or any support. Right, that's talking about, you know, it's funny because when you bring your wife on K1, actually it's legal, you know, you do a lot of paperwork, you pay a lot of money. When you come here illegally in US, you can stay here illegally and you can ask government for support. So that's frustrating. That's frustrating because it's just how it works. So, but let's not to go into politics, because I was about to. I'm actually at the minority on, you know, all immigrants is on one, like one political view. I'm always the one who is on another, because I don't believe in using other people and doing illegal stuff. But don't get me there. By the way, some of you don't know I have 4 years of political science, so don't get me on that topic. Yeah, exactly, David. Better cross the Mexican border for free and ask for assistance. But again, so seriously though, if yes, you have to see, you know, David, you might be right, but think about it. 25 grand, that's for you alone. But what if you bring your wife? Then it will make it 12.5 grand a year. That's way below poverty, right? So you probably need to make like 50, like 45 plus, or 50 to be overpowered, like higher than poverty level. Because, you know, if you were living on 25 and you bring your wife, that's two of you on 25. So that wouldn't, you know, I mean, it would be hard to make it on 25,000 a year. You can probably make it in Michigan, but in any other state, you probably will die starving. So anyways, wow, this was my longest Facebook Live ever. Do you guys have any comments? Because I have to drink my tea. I'm going to try to share with you any unusual things that I'm learning. I have no problem, you know, giving you free tips and ideas, because my purpose is, you know, for people who meant to be together, unite, And there is so many good men and good women. There is no point of supporting scams. So yeah, yeah, I'm sure we can check it on Google in 30 seconds. But the thing is, you want to make, if she's in a good, yeah, right, if you live in a country, yeah. Yes. Oh, hey guys, I'm a little bit busy. I have this week and next week, I have a lot of stuff business wise going on. But after that, I'm going to work on my Zoom call offer. It will be so awesome because you can come on a Zoom call. It's gonna have video, it has a video chat. You can pop into into video chat. We can have a party. We can laugh. I can answer your questions. We can spend about an hour and talk about whatever. I can answer all your questions and I can see you guys because I love dialogues, and I feel like here it's more of a monologue because I'm the one who's talking. David, you kind of missed out on red flags. How is your experience going, by the way? I'll talk to you when you come back, but you might have to watch the video. It's kind of long, but oh, thank you, Adrian. I'll do that. Okay, I will announce it probably at least a week before. And what about time? Maybe like 7 Eastern. I think maybe 7:30 Eastern, so everybody can have dinner after your hard working day. Yeah, I absolutely would love to meet you guys in person, and you can share things and ask. It would be way more fun. Yeah. Good for you, David. So what is she saying, David? Anything new? I mean, you don't have to share here. It's up to you. Whatever you're comfortable with. We can talk later on. So, okay, guys. I'm happy to interact with you like that sometimes. So I wish you a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. I love having live chats. But also I have to work in between them. Gotta get the stuff done. Oh, right, Thomas, because, well, you know what? I'll make 2 calls. One for you guys who are in Europe and one for US. Yeah. Yeah, we can figure something out. We can do that. I mean, we can have a party, but we can also, you can come with questions and I can answer a lot of questions, or you can share experiences. So yeah. Yes, good night, Thomas. Thank you for coming. It's funny because we have almost the same last name currently. So, currently. Because you never know what's gonna happen. So, okay, guys. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for coming, and I will talk to you next time. You know where to find me. Thank you.